So I asked a fast food delivery chatbot for help with a Java linked list, and it actually answered. How do we keep our bots in their lane?
We use agent callbacks. They are like the safety rails on a balcony. They won't stop you from enjoying the view, but they will keep you from falling over the edge.
Welcome to the show, Miguel. We're thrilled to have you. For our audience, could you tell us what you do here at Google Cloud?
Hello, Martin. I help our top customers use Google AI products. I'm hands-on helping them with everything from custom models in Vertex AI to tackling challenges like model reliability and networking for enterprise workloads.
And what do customers ask about these days?
Yes, so many customers ask me how to make sure their AI chatbots don't stray from their mission.
Right, because I've seen fast food delivery chatbots help with coding problems or even write poetry. It's funny until it's your brand on the line.
Yes, it's funny in those cases, but it can also be very dangerous for a company if their AI chatbot starts giving medical advice or financial advice.
Right. So how do we keep our chatbots in line?
We can fix it by intercepting the conversation before it goes off the rails. Take a look at this financial chatbot that I built.
A financial chatbot? Now that's definitely living on the edge. One hallucinated stock tip and the legal department will have a very busy day.
Exactly. And that's why we built in specific safeguards. First, if you are deploying a bot like this, you need a disclaimer. But you don't want to nag the user every single time they speak.
Right. It's like a terms of service pop-up. You want to see it once, but then get it out of the way.
That's right. Our callback checks a flag in the conversation context to ensure the only disclaimer appears at the start.
Very nice.
Now, watch this. I will ask, should I buy 100 shares of Google?
And it didn't give you a yes or a no there.
Yes. Yeah, we want this bot to be a researcher, but it's not allowed to be an advisor. We have added a guardrail to stop that and protect our company.
Right. Very good. And less risk is a good thing.
We also want to narrow down the scope. So let's try asking about Bitcoin.
Okay, so it looks like that went against company policy and the bot followed the policy.
Correct. Yeah, we've set a guardrail to stay strictly within traditional equities. And in this case, crypto is out of bounds for this specific agent.
Okay, so let's try Google. Wait, Miguel, that was near instant. The agent didn't even think about that one.
Glad that you noticed, and that's because it didn't have to. We are using a callback to check the cache first, which will be faster for the user, and we don't have to pay for the same tokens twice.
Faster and cheaper. I like it. So you reduce the company's risk by adding a disclaimer, blocking financial advice, and blocking cryptocurrencies. And then you improve performance and save some money actually by caching some data. How did you actually wire all this up?
The agent development kit uses a middleware pattern, which means that you can trigger your own code at certain points before the agent and after the agent is called, before and after the model is called, and before and after any tools are called.
And what does the code look like?
In the Pro Advisor agent, I added two before agent calls right here. And as the name suggests, these two functions, which are enforce disclaimer and intercept financial advice, are called before the agent starts its work.
And those are regular functions?
Yes, let me show you. Here is the enforce disclaimer function, which checks the disclaimer shown value in the state, and if that value hasn't been set, it will set it to true and return the disclaimer to the user.
Okay, that was pretty simple. But it must be a little trickier to detect if the user is asking for financial advice, right?
Correct. So right here in the intercept financial advice function, we use a smaller and faster prompt to act as a judge. It looks at the user intent, and if it smells like financial advice, it returns blocked. The main agent never even sees the request. Instead, we return this text saying that the agent can't offer financial advice.
Got it. And then there was the guardrail that stopped the agent from talking about cryptocurrencies.
Yes, the code for that is in the block crypto tool function, which is simpler. It just checks if one of these cryptocurrency strings is in the user's question.
I see. And finally, there was the caching.
That's done right here in the cache Google analysis function. It simply checks if Google is in the user's question.
Okay, so the code looks pretty straightforward. I like that. But I have some questions for you, Miguel.
Go ahead, Martin.
So why didn't you just use Model Armor for this? Because Model Armor protects AI prompts, responses, and agent interactions, right?
Right. Model Armor is great for redacting sensitive data like phone numbers or preventing prompt injection attacks, but it doesn't understand intent. It can distinguish between a stock analysis and stock recommendation.
And why the fancy callback for the disclaimer instead of just hard-coding it into the prompt?
If it's in the system prompt, the bot might repeat it every time it gets confused. So by using a callback with a state flag, we guarantee a one and done user experience.
Very good, Miguel. What are the takeaways?
If you have to remember only two things today, let it be this. The first one, custom guardrails. Callbacks are your safety net for enforcing a specific business rule that a generic filter prompt might miss. The second one, cost efficiency. Use callbacks to implement cache and stop paying for the same answers twice.
Excellent. Thanks for joining me today, Miguel.
Thank you for having me, Martin.
And thank you, everyone, for watching. If you have any questions for me or Miguel, please add them in the comments. Also, do let me know what you thought of today's episode. I read every single comment. Until next time.